Round 8 in Monaco began with a rainy qualifying, and I set a lap time on inters, and then it dried up. And then I set 2 lap times on dries, but unfortunately the first one was the final one, which was a time of 1:19.6. And my second attempt, well, I failed it, and I qualified down in P11 because that first lap was set when it was recently drying, and I got out qualified by my teammate Ismail, who qualified in P6, and Janox was on pole. Then in the race, I was slowly coming back a little bit, which was a miracle, and that was because many drivers were crashing and damaging the front wings, and also there were some virtual safety cars, if I remember. But the thing is that I was up in third, and it was all going pretty stressing a little bit because I was actually in P4 on track, but the penalties applied meant that I was up into P3, but I needed to be on a certain gap, and unfortunately I broke down and I crashed into a wall and damaging my front wing heavily and had to pit, and also got a 3-second time penalty and finishing P5, destroying my chances to get into the podium. I was a little bit devastated, and to make things a little bit worse, I forgot to save the stream. So the only footage that I have from this Monaco race was the qualifying results and the race results that I taken from my phone. And after that, I got up to 4th with 214 points, and Spectre overtook Faster and is now the championship leader with 284 points. Faster is having 273 points, and Balian is in third with 239. My teammate Ismail is down in 11th with 118 points. And in the constructors, Sauer is leading with 465 points, and McLaren is in second with 452. Haas is in third with 343, and my team Alpine is about to attack Haas with 332. Unfortunately, in round 9 in Spain, I did not participate because I was having a work from a project that I was coming in my school, and coincidentally it was at that same time, and unfortunately I had to prioritize school over these races, and so I was absent, and that meant that I dropped down to 5th, being overtaken by Franchot, and Spectre still leads with 324 points. Faster is in second with 300 flat. And in the constructors, Sauer and McLaren are still the same. Meanwhile, Red Bull gets up to third with 381, dropping Haas and my team a place. And that is how the championship is before round number 10 in Canada. We only have 3 rounds remaining until the season ends, and game on the championship. I still have chances to win it and win $40, even though I was absent on round number 9 in Spain, which means that I no longer participate in the raffle of winning the F125, because I needed to participate in every single race of the season. But the thing is that if you end up in the top 3 in the championship, you'll also get excluded from that raffle as well. So is it gonna be $20, $30, $40, or nothing? Let's find out. In qualifying, my first lap was a 1:09.9, and then my second was a 1:09.4, and I decided to get out not at the end of qualifying, and I mean a bit almost, because I thought it was gonna rain at the end of it, but looks like it's not. And I am about to head into the final chicane, and I'm improving by lots of attempts, and I get into it, and oh my god, now it's ruined. Now it's ruined. Oh my god, no, yeah, it's over. It's over now. Hopefully my lap that I have set is enough to maintain 4th, which I don't think he will. Ah my god, oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, that final chicken was pretty tricky, and unfortunately I couldn't get it well, and it validated my lap time, and it also invalidated the next. I gotta tell you, that's the first time I race in this circuit in the entirety of F1 24. Like, the last time I have played this circuit in a league race was back in August 2023. Wait a second, that's the second time I have ever raced in Montreal in a league race. Yeah, my second time. And honestly, that's the circuit that I have the least practice of all the 24 circuits. Even Portugal, I have more practice on it than there in Canada. Now let's look at the qualifying results, and Janox, as usual, gets pole with a time of 108.524, and Spectre is in second with a time of 108.938. So he got pole with a massive margin. Meanwhile, I've got dropped down to 7th. So, well, at least I'll have a shot to get into the top positions. At least I'm not like my teammate Ismail, who's down in 13th with a time of 111.286. For the race, I'm starting on hards, just like everybody else, because at the second half of the race it's gonna rain, and I loaded 52 kilograms of fuel, and with that I'm gonna begin this 10th round in the GLS Gold category, and we are underway, and it's a decent start for us. And I get into turns 1 and 2, and I'm in the inside with the Haas, and I get squished. That's faster, and Alexis is almost, oh no, that's First Killer who overtook me, and I'm down in 8th. That's a bit of a bad thing, and I almost cut that corner. So I gotta be pretty careful with these track limits, especially in that corner and the final chicane. Hopefully, that Williams got into a wall. Now Berto's safety car got deployed, and don't tell me that it's my teammate Ismail who spun and crashed out. Damn, that's just having a terrible teammate. On the next lap, the virtual safety car ended, and Arturo ran wide into the chicane, and I'm pretty near this pack, and I begin lap 3, heading into turns 1 and 2, and I ran wide into turn 2, and Alexis is overtaking me down the inside into turn 3, and he overtook me and runs wide and exit turn 4, spinning. Oh my god, got caught with it. Oh my god, he's out of the race now, and I have damages to the front wing. Oh my god, no, we deployed a safety car, full course safety car, and I got a 10-second time penalty. I'm gonna box for mediums because, well, I need to box to repair my front wing, but, well, at least I can serve my 10-second time penalty. Damn, hopefully Alexis doesn't report me. I think it's his fault, because he spun and I couldn't react that much, and, well, he caught me and we ended up in the wall. Well, he ended up in the wall, I ended up him. I dropped down to P13 after exiting the pit lane, and because the ones that were behind me were so far, I decided to box back for hards. And and I maintained in P13, and on lap 6 safety car ends, and so we begin racing once again in lap 7, and again is the driver who is ahead of me, and I was having a mediocre relaunch, but still I am with the distance with him. Lap 8, same position, I head into turn 1, and Williams spins, and they again decided to go to the left, and well, that was the direction that Williams was spinning in. He's stupid. Fortunately, I wasn't stupid, and I started to go into right, and I get up into P11. Like, he made contact with Alf, and well, the Alf almost spun, but his car not like that, Williams. And on the next lap, Alf gets a 3-second time penalty, and unfortunately I get another track limit warning. This is my second track limit warning, and rain is starting to pour, and I overtake Alf before turn 1, beginning lap 10. And well, we gotta consider boxing for inters in these next few laps. I did not expect rain to come in pretty early, and I should have stayed with mediums, although maybe these mediums will wear out pretty fastly. So yeah, I don't regret going back for hards. And Wysowski has a 3-second time penalty as well as Manu God. So yeah, I'm telling you, this circuit is pretty hard to maintain on track limits because of turn 4 and the final chicane. These are pretty hard to execute well, and because we aren't careful, we exceed the track limits. And I am heading into the last chicane, and it's beginning lap 11, and I head into the final chicane, and well, I caught it, and I get 3-second time penalty. No, I spin! Oh my god, I spin! And I'm trying to reach on the track, and I crashed into the again. Oh my god. Like, another driver behind me spun as well and crashed into a wall. Like, I don't know what's happening. Why the safety car got deployed. Like, yeah, I got terrible front wing damage. Yeah, at least I'm still in the race, but oh my god, now I got 13 seconds. Oh my god, he has half a minute of penalties accumulated. Oh my god. Well, because of this safety car, I'm gonna box for inters. Fortunately, I can serve my 10-second time penalty, but unfortunately, I cannot serve my 3-second time penalty. Like, that annoys me. Like, you cannot serve penalties from track limits. Like, I don't know, maybe the game does it on purpose, so we gotta be a little bit careful with track limits as a lesson. Oh damn, that crash. I'm gonna get a little bit in trouble with the game. Like, lap 14, and the safety car ends to begin racing once again on lap 15, and Arturo tries to serve his drive-through penalty without realizing that he needs to be on full racing conditions in order to serve it, or else he'll not consider it as serving drive-through penalty, and he'll make it as a standard pit stop. Alf, well, he's struggling because he did not box for inters and he's on slicks, and meanwhile everybody else has a 3-second time penalty, so that means that we are in P11 even with the penalties applied. And oh my god, it's going pretty slowly, this pack of between P11 to like P7, and in that pack is Ismael, my teammate, and spins Valiant, and I overtake him, and I get up to P10, and meanwhile I'm trying to overtake Lisek and get up to P9, and I brake so late, and also that Williams brakes. Unfortunately, I don't have that much crash. Oh boy, I think I made contact with him, but well, I could overtake him and get up to P9, and I'm ending lap 15, and we get into the final chicane, and Ismail and Wisowski are wheel to wheel, and oh my god, looks like, oh boy, like has spun, and Wisowski got involved in that crash. Looks like nobody DNF, but still that was enough to deploy another full course safety car, and looks like that is working a little bit to my advantage, because that means that the field is getting reset, and because everybody else has penalties, well, not everybody but almost everybody, that means that I have chances to even get into the podium. Lap 19, and I get up to P5, and safety car ends, but I decide to overtake Ismail, but I did it too early, and that considered it as an illegal overtake. And I thought that it was, why is it illegal? But unfortunately I did not see his position, and I got a 10-second time penalty. Well, it was his AI that was driving his car. But now the damage is done, and now I'll be demoted down to lots of places, even though I got up to 4th. Oh my god, like, I could have been up into the podium if I haven't gotten that 10-second time penalty. Well, let's try to go fast. But instead I was struggling, and I got dropped down to P8. And got up to P7 because Lisek boxed, but damn, how he annoyed me when he was entering the pit lane. Lap 29, I'm in P7, and it looks like I'm gonna be down to P8 with the penalties applied. And Brian also has 13 seconds of penalties accumulated, and Faster has 9 seconds of penalties accumulated. So I'm not the only one who has ridiculous amounts of penalties. But hope began to rise as on the final lap, Brian has 19 seconds of penalties accumulated, and that means that I'm in P6 with the penalties counting, and I have even hopes of getting even P5, I don't know why, but oh, Brian spun, and I had to cut the turn 4 because, oh my god, I had no way to avoid him without cutting that corner. And oh my god, well, I'm now in P6. Oh wait a second, Arturo, no, oh my god, like, I forgot why I did not want him to spin, because of Arturo. He has 6 seconds of penalties accumulated, and the gap is 6 seconds, so that means that he'll beat me by less than a second. Oh my god, no, I'm gonna get demoted down to 7th, no, oh my god, please, let me execute well in the chicane, please, oh my god, I head into the final chicane, and oh my god, oh my god, no, I caught the corner, and, well, despite me getting P5, I'll be demoted down to P6. Still, I would have gotten P6 without that other 3-skin time penalty. But, yeah, honestly, that wasn't a good race, and that makes me more impossible the chances to win the title, because the gap between Spectre, the championship leader, and myself is now 102 points, and winning gets you 43 points. Well, you might think, well, you cannot win the championship anymore, but the thing is that the final round in Silverstone will have double points, so if I win, I'll get 86 points. So that means that it is still possible, and I can get up to 129 points, which is well enough to overtake Spectre if he doesn't participate in neither of these two races. And Faster is in second with 333 points, and Valiant is in a distant third with 310 points, which might be the probable position that I might end up in the championship if I must get into the top 3, because he is 64 points ahead of me, and that means that I need to win the race and finish like in the top 7, stuff like that. And if Valiant doesn't participate in any of the races, and also I need to finish ahead first killer. And then in the constructors, Sauer is leading with 594 points, and McLaren is in second with 520 points. Meanwhile, Haas is in third with 403, and my team Alpine is in fourth with 4 points less. In other words, 399 points. And so, let's hope I get at least in the top 3 in the championship. See ya there. Goodbye.